Thank you for joining us today for the Elementary Academic Derby. We have Dixon Elementary and Richlands Elementary with us today. Our scorekeeper today is Wanda Costner. I'm Pam Thomas and I will be your moderator. Let's meet our players so we can begin, and we'll start our introductions with Richlands.
Hi, my name is Ethan Petch from Miss Mangram's homeroom.
Hi, my name is Aiden Camaris from Miss Mangram's homeroom.
Hi, my name is Walker Smith from Miss Field's homeroom.
Hi, I'm Jordan Corsti from Miss Mason's homeroom.
Harry Pollock is the coach for Richlands. Let's meet our players for Dixon.
Hi, I'm Jacqueline McCarthy and I'm from Corsi's homeroom.
I'm Andrew Fucci and I'm from Miss Hall's homeroom.
I'm Alexis Gravender and I'm from Miss Hall's homeroom.
I'm Aiden Fisher and I'm Miss Rochelle's homeroom.
And Melissa Queen is the coach for Dixon Elementary. Welcome, teams, and we're ready to begin. We will give 7 questions to Dixon first and then 7 to Richlands. Science is the category, Dixon. Characterized by frequency, length, and the speed at which they move, what type of phenomenon can be described as a disturbance moving through a medium? Richlands? Ethan? Inconvenience? Well, it might be inconvenience. That's not the correct answer, but I like yours. Waves. American history. During the 19th and 20th century, America, what title that begins with the letter D was given to cowboys whose job was to herd livestock overland to market? Richlands? They were called drovers. Math question. The corresponding angles of 2 triangles measure 67 degrees, 82 degrees, and 31 degrees respectively. If the corresponding sides of the 2 triangles measure 8 meters, 6 meters, and 4 meters respectively, what is the most specific adjective that can be used to describe the triangles' relationship to one another? Richlands? And they would be congruent. Fine arts. In Gothic architecture, in addition to spires and flying buttresses, what type of window treatment was often used to create religious scenes visible to patrons? Richlands? Ethan?
Stained glass.
Stained glass, good. And they tell stories, don't they? Those stained glass. Language arts. What type of sentence's purpose is to inquire? For example, how long did it take you to learn to make biscuits? What type of sentence's purpose is to inquire? What type of sentence? Alexis?
Question?
And what kind of sentence is that? It's a specific name. Okay, Richlands? Jordan?
Interrogative.
That is right. Interrogative, that is correct. Geography. The U.S. provides about 13% of the world's supply of this crop, with over 240,000 U.S. farms growing it. By volume, it is the most consumed grain in the United States. Identify this cooking staple found in breads and pasta. Jacqueline?
Wheat.
Wheat is correct. Good. Literature. Among legendary figures, which giant lumberjack owned a blue ox named Babe? Alexa?
Paul Bunyan.
Paul Bunyan is right. Is it Alexis or Alexa? Alexis. Is that right? Okay, thanks. Richlands now, 7 questions to you. Science is the first one. When it is 100 degrees Celsius What is the equivalent measure in Fahrenheit degrees? Ethan?
260.
Not 260. Good try. Dixon? It is 212. Language arts. Straight, late, hard, certainly, and fast. All function as what part of speech in the English language? Ethan?
Adverbs.
That is it. Math question. If the product of two numbers is 750 and one of the numbers is 30, what is the other factor? The product of two numbers is 750 and one of the numbers is 30. What is the other factor? Walker?
25.
That is it. Good. Miscellaneous. In the preparation and cooking of a roast ham or turkey, what five-letter cooking term designates the pouring of the drippings released during cooking back over the meat occasionally while it is cooking? Dixon? And it would be called basting. Basting. Language arts. In the word cafe is a clipped word for which longer noun? Walker?
Cafeteria.
That's correct. Literature. Which Carolyn B. Cooney novel features a young girl named Janie who discovers her own face on a missing child advertisement and begins to wonder about her parents? Dixon? This is both a book and a movie. Is The Face on the Milk Carton. Geography is final category in this round. This Pennsylvania city has not only been declared the second most distressed city in the nation, but also the second best place in the nation to raise a family. Name this city that serves as Pennsylvania's capital. Jordan?
Philadelphia.
Not Philadelphia, but that's a good try. Dixon? Harrisburg. It should be Philadelphia as their capital because that's what we think of. That is the end of our first round. We'll be right back in just a minute, so stay tuned.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet a few who are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
We're almost ready to begin round two. We have a score right now, Dixon 4 points and Richlands 10. We know a bonus is in this round, so it's a chance to pick up a few extra points. We have new participants for both teams, and I know you're anxious to meet them, so we can begin. So let's hear the introductions from Richlands.
I'm Casey Piggott from Miss Mangram's homeroom.
I'm Mia Matos from Miss Blondin's homeroom.
And let's meet our entire new team for Dixon.
I'm Jocelyn Lane from Miss Corsi's homeroom.
I'm Murray Young from Miss Queen's homeroom.
Kaya Del Piso, Miss Corsi's homeroom.
Chase Slomsky, Miss Corsi's homeroom.
And welcome new players for both teams. Ready to begin. Richlands receives the first question. It's in sports. Handball, tennis, badminton, and squash all use what type of handheld equipment to strike the ball when it is in play? Aiden?
A bat?
Not a bat. Dixon? Murray?
A racket.
A racket. Now you don't get the bonus, but you get the next question, if I can turn the page. Language arts, Dixon. In the following sentence, what is the correct spelling of the word rained? King John reigned for more than 20 years? Murray?
R-E-I-N-E-D.
That's incorrect. Very close. Richlands? Mia?
R-E-I-G-N-E-D.
Repeat that.
R-E-I-G-N-E-D.
That is correct. I hope that I heard you with the N there. And we would listen in the back. He will let me know because your microphone picks up sounds much better than it does in here. Here's the bonus. Oh, no, you don't get the bonus this time. You get the next question. Anthracite, this is science. Anthracite, bitumite, and lignite are all varieties of which solid fossil fuel that is one of the world's top 3 energy sources. It must be mined to get it from the earth, and it's under fire for the pollution it creates when it burns. Mia?
Oil?
Not oil. Close. Coal. And I gave you that answer. I'm sorry, I was thinking that was a bonus. My fault. I'm going to give another question to you, okay? And it's in math. Find the value of the expression 5 squared minus 3 times 4 divided by 2. 5 squared minus 3 times 4 divided by 2. Murray?
19.
19 is correct. The next question is in history, Dixon. What name is given to brick made of sun-baked clay and vegetable matter that is common in homes and dwellings in the southwestern United States? Richlands? And it is adobe. That's the brick. Okay, Richlands literature. Complete the line of poetry by Joyce Kilmer with the name of a woody plant. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a blank. Aiden?
Tree.
Tree is correct. And here is your bonus. Identify the system of writing and reading for the visually impaired that uses raised dots to represent letters and numbers. Mia?
Braille.
Braille system. Good. Dixon geography. Identify any 2 of the 3 U.S. states that border Arkansas to its north and south. Chase?
Missouri and Louisiana.
That is right. And Texas would be the other. Very good. Here's your bonus. Which U.S. state is the only one that can claim its name ends in 3 vowels? Kaya?
Kentucky.
Hawaii. Math question, Richlands. If the 5th grade class pays 50 cents per piece for spirit pens and then sells them for 75 cents to the students, how much profit will they make if they sell 200 pens? The 5th grade class pays 50 cents per piece for spirit pens and then sells them for 75 cents to the students. How much profit will they make if they sell 200 pens? Mia?
$140.
That's incorrect, but that's a good try. Dixon? Jocelyn?
15,000.
That's incorrect. It's $50. $50. Trivia. Dixon. With what type of entertainment is The Greatest Show on Earth by Barnum and Bailey associated? In 2016, they removed their elephants from the show due to the lack of interest by crowds. Murray?
Comedy?
Not comedy. Richlands? Casey?
The circus?
The circus. Richlands history. Of the 3 ships that sailed to the New World with Christopher Columbus, which served as his flagship? Jordan?
The Santa Maria.
That's exactly correct. For your bonus, which European country sponsored Christopher Columbus's expedition to the Americas? Give your answer to Mia.
Spain.
Spain is correct. And language arts, Richlands? I'm sorry. That's Dixon, sorry. What language arts? For what longer noun is the word flew a cropped word? Kaya?
Fluent.
No, that's a good try. Let's go down to Richlands. And the answer is influenza. Richlands, language arts. Provide the 3 forms of the verb to bite that include present, past, and past participle. Dixon? Correct answer, bite, bit, bitten. Science, Dixon. Identify the colorless poisonous gas that is a form of oxygen and whose chemical symbol is O sub 3, O with the 3 written lower. It composes a shield in the Earth's stratosphere that absorbs the majority of the ultraviolet ray emitted by the sun. Murray?
Ozone.
Ozone. Here's your bonus. Identify the 3-letter noun that can be placed after the words shutter, lady, and bed to form 3 new ideas. It is commonly used to name any small insect. It's their bonus, Casey. That's okay. Do you have an answer for your team? Bug. Shutterbug, ladybug, bedbug. And that is the end of our second round. We'll be back with that 3rd round in just a second, so join us then.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Well, we're back with round 3. This is my favorite round because you get to move pretty fast through here. We have a score of Dixon 12, Richlands 26 points. Please know we have a bonus that travels with the question. We have interrupt penalty. This is a round to pick up a lot of extra points. Now we have 1 new participant for Richlands. We'd like you to meet him, and then we'll be ready to begin.
Hi, I'm Braden Simmons from Miss Field's homeroom.
And welcome, Braden. Ready, teams? Get your buzzers ready. Math question first. Which of the following fractions is largest? Which is largest? 3/5, 7/8, 4/7, or 5/9? Chase?
7/8.
7/8 is correct. Bonus question. In the early morning hours at Jackson Hole, Wyoming, the temperature was -15 degrees, or 15 degrees below zero. By noon, the temperature had risen to 24 degrees above zero. How many degrees did the temperature increase? It was negative 15 degrees, and it raised over a period of by noon, 24 degrees above zero. Alexis?
39 degrees.
Okay, 39 degrees it is. Good. History. When pioneers headed west in early American history, in addition to the Badlands, what major mountain chain stood as a challenge for them to cross on their way to the Northwest? Ethan?
The Appalachian.
Not the Appalachians. Good try. Dixon? Chase?
The Rockies.
The Rocky Mountains. For your bonus, which Lakota Sioux Indian chief was the leader of the Battle of the Little Bighorn and has a monument dedicated in his honor in South Dakota near Mount Rushmore? His Native American name translates into one of the words that mean crazy. Alexis? And it would be old Crazy Horse. Literature. What animal is featured in a children's book series by Anna Dooney that always begins the title of a book in double fashion? Some partial titles include Mad at Mama, Red Pajama, and Holiday Drama. Alexis?
Llama llama.
Llama llama. For your bonus, which mythological creature turned those who looked upon her into stone and had snakes for hair? Alexa?
Medusa.
Correct. Here's geography next, teams. This European city is home to both the Triton and Trevi fountains. It is also the site of an Egyptian obelisk and the Parthenon. Name this capital of Italy. Braden?
France.
Not France. Dixon? Alexis?
Paris.
Not Paris. Rome. Y'all are playing musical chairs or something, tunes with your buzzers there. Rome is the correct answer. Math questions, team. Find the greatest common factor of 16, 20, and 28. 16, 20, and 28. Greatest common factor. Walker?
4.
4. For your bonus, in an auditorium, there are 400 seats. If the auditorium is 3/5 full, how many seats are taken? There are 400 seats. If it's 3/5 full, how many seats are taken? Mia?
150.
No, 240. 240. Good try. Trivia. Which country pop crossover star released an album in 2008 that included a song based loosely on William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, and as of 2016 is the highest paid musical entertainer in the world? Chase?
Shakespeare.
That's incorrect. Richlands? Taylor Swift. And the song was Love Story. Language arts. Spell the 8-letter verb that means to sail around the world. Spell circumnavigate. Ethan?
CIRCUMNAVIGATE.
That is correct. Very good, young man. Bonus question. Which Which 10-letter verb that begins with a P means to heat a liquid in order to destroy disease-producing bacteria? If you drink commercially produced milk, it's been processed by this method. Mia?
Preheat.
No, that's a good try. Pasteurize. Pasteurize. Sports category. Which American professional basketball team plays its home games at Spectrum Center and is based in North Carolina? Ethan?
The Charlotte Hornets.
That is it for your bonus. During the 2016-2017 basketball season, for which NBA team based in Oklahoma City does Russell Westbrook play? Mia?
The Oklahoma City Thunder.
That is right. Good. Language arts. In the English language, which three parts of speech do adverbs modify? And that would be verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs. Science. Which noun that begins with the letter D represents the ratio of an object's mass to its volume? Ethan?
Diameter.
Not diameter, but that's a good D word. Let's go up to Dixon. Chase? No. Density. Density. Math question. Which three consecutive integers have a sum of 18? Which three consecutive integers have a sum of 18? Murray?
5, 6, 7.
That is right. Very good. Here's your bonus. Other than square, which two polygons are missing from the following list? I'm looking for two polygons that are not on this list. Quadrilaterals, rhombuses. And there are two more. It's their bonus. Alexis?
Parallelogram and rectangle.
That is great.
Good job.
Y'all need to go out for math counts. History. Identify the U.S. president described. Received a mule as a gift from the King of Spain. Was a surveyor by training and had a wife named Martha. And that would be old George Washington. And that is the end of our final round, and we will be right back with our final score in a minute.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
Wow, this was really a great match. Very close, total of 68 points scored. We ended with 32 points for Dixon, 36 for Richlands. I always like that big round of applause for yourself. You did a great job. We thank you so much for watching. We hope you'll stay tuned. We have another match today, and we will have Dixon and Meadowview Elementary. So hopefully you'll join us in a few minutes.
Calls me googly eyes.
You know you're beautiful, right? You know that?
Even you are beautiful. I got bullied for wearing glasses. Share if you're against bullying.
We put it out there, just took off. 3 million people have shared this post. Don't let bullies get you down. I stand with you. Our whole family's wearing glasses. I wear glasses and I'm proud.
the army on my team.
All the kind comments brought my child joy. I don't feel thank you is enough.
Next.
Thank you for joining us for our second match today. We are featuring Dixon Elementary in their second round today, and we're also featuring Meadowview Elementary School. Let's meet our team players so we can begin. Let's start with Dixon.
I'm Murray Young from Miss Queen's homeroom.
Chase Slomsky from Miss Corsi's homeroom.
Kaya Del Pizzo, Miss Corsi's homeroom.
Josie Lane, Miss Corsi's homeroom.
And the coach for Dixon is Melissa Queen. Let's meet our players from Meadowview.
Hi, my name is Madison Ford from Miss Shepard's 5th grade class.
Hi, I'm Remington Tarrant from Brianna Hall's 5th grade class.
Bryant Thrasher from Miss Shepard's 5th grade class.
Aubrey Pincus from Miss Shepard's 5th grade class.
Coaches for Meadowview are Stephanie Humphrey and Christy Spain. Ready to begin. Meadowview, 7 questions to you first. History is the first category. During the Revolutionary War, by what name was, During the Revolutionary War, by what name were colonial militia known who stayed on alert in order to rapidly deploy when called upon? Aubrey?
Minutemen.
They were Minutemen. Literature. Complete the analogy. Blank is to Alice in Wonderland as Puka is to Spiderwick Chronicles. Dixon? And that's the Cheshire Cat. Fine arts. Give the term that begins with the letter P for the handheld board used by an artist to mix his colors while he paints. Madison?
Palette.
That is correct. Good. Science. Swallowtails, cleartails, and viceroys are all members of the order Lepidoptera. What is the common name for these insects? Dixon? Butterflies. Math question. This set of numbers includes all perfect numbers, and its positive subset also contains the smallest prime number. Identify this number set, most often described as any number divisible by 2. It's Meadowview's question. Jace? Aubrey?
An even number.
Even numbers. Geography. Parallel is often used synonymously for a line of latitude. What word is often used more generally for a line of longitude? Dixon? The correct answer is meridian. Language arts. Derived from Latin and meaning I forbid, a governing official exercises this power when he or she refuses to sign a law. Identify this term. Aubrey?
To veto.
The veto. Now, 7 questions to Dixon. Geography. The largest hot desert in the world contains 2 sand seas known as the Grand Erg Occidental and the Grand Erg Oriental. Identify this desert located on the African continent. Murray?
Sahara Desert.
That is it. Good. Literature. Anne Sullivan taught which native Alabaman who was both deaf and mute? Her story is revealed in The Miracle Worker. Murray?
Helen Keller.
Helen Keller. Good. Math question. Give the prime factorization of 32 and use exponents in your answer. Give the prime factorization of 32 and use exponents in your answer. Meadow? Correct answer is 2 to the 5th power. Fine arts. Identify the southern U.S. state whose name is sung in the song, "Oh Susanna." It is also home to the world's largest cast iron statue located in the city of Birmingham. Murray?
Alabama.
That's it. Good. For history, in which U.S. city did our nation's Continental Congress meet before Washington, D.C. was established as our capital? Murray?
Philadelphia.
That is it. Science. Nephology is the study of the weather featuring features that include cirrus, cumulus, and cumulonimbus. Give the collective name for these structures. I didn't see who rang in. Chase.
Clouds.
Clouds. Very good. Final category is language arts. Which anagram of the word march is a verb that means to delight greatly or to especially please? Meadowview? Charm. And that is the end of round 1. We'll be right back in just a second, so join us then.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know. Come alive with the forest. The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
We're almost ready to begin round 2. 2 points separate our scores right now. Meadowview has 8, Dixon has 10. We want you to meet our new players so we can get going and pick up a lot of points in this round. So let's begin our introductions with Dixon.
My name's Alexis Gravender, and I'm from Miss Hall's homeroom.
I'm Aiden Fisher from Miss Rochelle's homeroom.
I'm Andrew Fucci, and I'm from Miss Hall's homeroom.
My name's Jacqueline McCarthy. I'm from Miss Corsi's homeroom.
And we have a new participant for Meadowview we want you to meet.
Hi, I'm Demetria Hart from Miss Shepherd's 5th grade class.
And welcome all new players. Ready to begin. Dixon, first question's yours, and it's in literature. In Christopher Paolini's Aragon, which dragon is also known as Iron Tooth, Bright Scales, and Flame Tooth? Meadowview? Sapphira is the correct answer. Meadowview geography, what term that begins with the letter T names any stream or river that flows into a larger one? Dixon? Tributary. Math, Dixon. In a picture graph, a softball symbol represents 5 hits. If the Asheville Slammers team shows 14 softballs for a week-long tournament, how many hits did they get? Alexis?
70.
70 is correct. Here is your bonus. If a car travels 240 miles over a period of 4 hours, what is its average speed in miles per hour if you do not allow for any stops for gas? 240 miles over a period of 4 hours, what's its average speed in miles per hour? Aiden?
50.
Not 50, it is 60 miles per hour. Good try. Meadowview, science. Identify the astronomical feature that includes varieties known as elliptical and spiral. Dixon? Galaxy. History. The route this explorer took from the Atlantic to the Pacific Ocean now bears his name as a strait. Name this explorer who was killed before he could actually complete his circumnavigation of the Earth, but is identified as the first in history to do so. Dixon. Meadowview, Madison.
Christopher Columbus.
No, that's a good try, good guess. Ferdinand Magellan is the answer. Trivia. Meadowview, among computer search engines, which one, as of 2016, is the most widely used by the public? Aubrey?
Google.
Google. For your bonus, during World War II, the Fleshman Company created a granulated active dry form of this baker's ingredient for the convenience of the U.S. military. Name this baking additive that causes bread to rise. Demetria?
Yeast.
Yeast it is. Dixon Language Arts. Your teacher has given you an article about whales and asked you to quickly read it to get a general idea of its purpose and meaning. What four-letter verb that begins with an S names this process? Alexis?
Skim.
Skim. For your bonus, what figure of speech compares two unlike ideas without the use of the words like or as? Aiden?
A metaphor.
Metaphor is right. Very good. Science. Which bone of the human body can be found in 12 pair, 2 of which are attached to the backbone? Meadowview. Aubrey?
The ribs.
The rib. For your bonus, which specific branch of science is concerned with inherited diseases in humans, producing desirable traits in plants and animals through experimentation, and solving crimes in society by analyzing DNA? The correct response begins with the letter G. Have an answer, Demetria? Genetics. Dixon History. Diaries, letters, and historical documents are all considered what type of resource used in researching an event, object, person, or work of art? Meadowview? They are considered primary sources. Meadowview, literature. Use 2 words to complete the title of the novel by C.S. Lewis, during which Eustace Scrubb accompanies Edmund and Lucy on a voyage to Aslan's country. The Voyage of the blank blank. Dixon? Aiden?
The Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
That is correct. Isn't that part of the Narnia series? Dixon Science. While the leader of an elephant herd is the oldest mother, what name is given to the newborn elephants in the herd? Jacqueline?
Calf.
Calf. For your bonus, what type of animals such as sharks and bears seek out and eat other animals for food? Aiden?
Predator.
Predator. Geography. Located near Hoover Dam, this western city was featured as the setting for the 2011 film Ocean's 11 that starred Brad Pitt and George Clooney. Identify this western city known for its many casinos, whose nicknames include Entertainment Capital of the World and City of Lights. Meadowview. Aubrey?
Las Vegas.
It is Las Vegas. For your bonus, which term from geography identifies a group or cluster of islands in a sea or an ocean? The correct response begins with the letter A. And that would be archipelago. Math question, Dixon. In the data set 2, 2, 2, 3, 9, 10, 10, 11, and 88. What name is given to the data element 88? I'm going to repeat the numbers. 2, 2, 2, 3, 9, 10, 10, 11, 88. What number is given to the data element 88? Meadowview? And it is extreme or outlier. Outlier. Meadowview Fine Arts. Which European artist and inventor painted the picture that suggests the disciples' reactions to Jesus' announcement that he would be betrayed? The title of this work is The Last Supper. Remington?
Leonardo da Vinci.
It is old Leonardo da Vinci. For your bonus, with which genre of art would one associate the names Ansel Adams and Matthew Brady and the companies Fuji and Kodak? That's your bonus. Y'all have an answer?
No, ma'am.
Photography. And that is the end of our second round, and we'll be right back with our third in just a second.
It's me, Artie. Come see what I collected from the Creative Galaxy in my idea box.
Transform your world.
Will you help me make art?
Each one of our journeys keeps us young. Before you throw it away,
Hey, I have an idea.
think outside the box.
We'll never get older. Each one Go be amazing!
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
We have a really great match going on. 6 points separates our score. Meadowview has 20 points, Dixon has 26, and we're ready to begin. No new participants, and this is a big round because you can really rack up a lot of points. Let's begin with these true toss-up questions. History. Which war was fought on American soil from 1754 to 1763 and was known as the 7 Years' War to Europeans? Remington?
French and Indian War.
It was the French and Indian War. For your bonus, in 1763, after the end of the French and Indian War, which native Ottawa chief united many American Indian nations in an attempt to remove the British from their lands? Demetria?
No answer.
Had a car named after him, the Pontiac. Pontiac is the chief. Math question teams. Two angles combine to create a straight angle of 180 degrees. If the measure of the first angle is 54 degrees, what is the measure of the second angle? Murray.
126 degrees.
That's it. Here's your bonus. A rectangle has a perimeter of 84 inches. The length measures 12 inches. How long is the rectangle's width? A rectangle has a perimeter of 84 inches. The length measures 12 inches. How long is the rectangle's width? Okay, Jacqueline?
30.
30 is correct. Great. Language arts. Identify the word or words that function as objects of the preposition in the following sentence. I looked for the ring, but only found my watch. Remington?
Ring and watch.
That's incorrect, but that's a good try. Dixon? Alexis?
Look and found.
No, ring. We're looking for the object of the preposition. Ring. For is the preposition. Good try. Science. Which galaxy contains the solar system that includes Earth? Murray?
Milky Way.
That's it. Good candy bar too, isn't it? Here's your bonus. In a 5-kingdom classification system, which kingdom includes the yeast, moles, and mushrooms? The correct response begins with the letter F. It's their bonus right now. Jacqueline?
Fungus.
That is correct. The fungus or fungi. Math question teams. Name the 3 factors of 230 that are prime. Name the 3 factors of 230 that are prime. Two, 5, and 23. History. 3 amendments to the United States Constitution address the rights of citizenship, including voting rights and equal protection under the law for all people. Identify any one of these 3 that were passed during the 19th century. Alexis?
Women's rights and civil rights.
I need the amendment number. Do you want to guess? Bryant?
The 9th?
No, it would be the 13th, the 14th, or the 15th. Literature. Who is the author of the literature series Percy Jackson and the Olympians? Aubrey?
Rick Riordan.
That is correct. For your bonus, identify the character in Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island who is hired as the ship's cook. He shares his name with a popular fast food restaurant that features fish. Demetria?
Long John Silver.
That is it. We have one right up the road, don't we? Geography. What type of topographical map uses different colors or shades to indicate different elevations on land? The correct response begins with the letter R. And that would be a relief map. Math question. Find the product of 25 and 35 and then round your answer to the nearest hundreds place. Find the product of 25 and 35 and round your answer to the nearest hundreds place. Murray?
900.
That is it. For your bonus for the following questions, specify both property and operation. Property and operation. What property of real numbers is displayed by the statement 9 plus 5 equals 5 plus 9? Okay, give your bonus answer to Jacqueline.
Commutative.
For what? I can't accept that. Commutative property of or for addition, because we ask in the question the property and the operation. Good try. Good answer. Science. In Albert Einstein's theory of relativity, E equals mc squared. For what quantity does the variable E stand? Murray?
Energy.
Energy. Bonus question. What term from science that begins with the letter A is defined as the process of taking up or soaking up liquid or nutrients?
Absorption.
Absorption is correct. Trivia teams. Although many dog breeds are employed today as canine assistants to police officers, when dogs were originally put into training decades ago, Which specific breed was used almost always? Remington?
Shepherd.
German Shepherds. For your bonus, give the meaning of the military acronym AWOL as it relates to not being where one should be. AWOL. Okay, bonus, give your answer to Demetria. Okay, absent without leave. Absent without leave. Bryant, just yell it out. And that is the end of our final round, and we'll be back with our final score in just a minute. And y'all remain seated where you are, and we'll see you in just a minute.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you, bacteria can hide in food and make you ill.
Wow.
But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean.
I'm waiting for the rinse cycle.
Separate. Cook.
Fire in the hole!
And chill.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Check your steps. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
Wow, we had a great match. We scored more points in this match than we have in any other match for a while. Ended with 76 points total scored. Meadowview had 30 and Dixon had 46. Big round of applause for yourself. Good match. And today we're going to have a third match, so if you'll stay tuned, we will feature Northwoods Elementary and Stateside, and hopefully you'll join us after these messages.
Guess what? I have some news for you. There's free food right there, junk food. You see that truck? Oh, jeez. It's a 2 Michelin star chef. All for free, ladies and gentlemen. All for free.
Here we have a panzanella with summer vegetables and pesto. Enjoy. How we doing?
Fantastic. So what do you got going on underneath that plate there?
This food is really about to be thrown away.
Yeah. Bro?
Is there something wrong with this food? Where did you get it from?
From farmers markets. They put aside the ugly vegetables and the ugly fruits.
Carrot top, soft avocados. It was all food that was going to be discarded.
Even the drink you had is made from like a little bruised peach. Did it taste a little bruised?
Great. It was good.
The average person throws away 24 pounds of food a month.
That's a lot.
Isn't that a lot? Go visit savethefood.com for more information. Thank you. Junk food time!
Thank you for joining us for our final match of today. We're featuring Northwoods and Stateside Elementary School. We've already reviewed our rules and we're ready to go, so let's meet our team players and we can begin. We'll start the introductions with Northwoods.
Hi, I'm Natalia Nuno from Miss Watson's 5th grade class.
Hi, I'm Isla Nash from Miss Watson's 5th grade class.
Hi, I'm Matthias Gregory from Miss Watson's 5th grade class.
Hi, I'm Mark Young from Miss Watson's 5th grade class.
Coaches for Northwoods are Shelley Newsom and Cindy Overs. Let's meet our players for Stateside.
Hi, I'm Taylor Burgard from Miss Mayberry's homeroom.
Lucas Conklin from Miss Mayberry's homeroom.
I'm Megan Ronick from Miss Warden's homeroom.
I'm Joel Castro from Miss Warden's homeroom.
Susan Holder is the coach for Stateside. We're ready to begin. Stateside, you get the first 7 questions. Literature is the first category. In Miguel de Cervantes' Don Quixote, the title character rides a horse named Rocinante. I know that I'm pronouncing Rocinante. Is that correct? What kind of creature named Dabble does his sidekick, Sancho, ride? Stateside's question, Mark. Now Mark, would you like that question?
A donkey?
A donkey is right. Literature, language arts. What adjective beginning with the letters O-B describes someone who is outwardly offensive or hateful in his or her behavior. Northwoods? Obnoxious. Geography. When two oceanic plates collide, a chain of volcanic islands will form. The Aleutian Islands of Alaska are an example. What term beginning with the letter A designates any such chain of islands? Northwoods? Iceland?
Abnormal.
No, that's incorrect. Good try. Archipelago. Math question. Determine the area of the trapezoid whose bases equal 12 inches and 18 inches respectively, and whose altitude equals 6 inches. I'll repeat it. You want to determine the area of the trapezoid whose bases equal 12 inches and 18 inches respectively, and whose altitude equals 9 inches. I'm sorry, 6 inches. Lucas?
324.
That's a great try. That's incorrect. Let's go down to Northwoods. Iceland?
36.
No, that's a little closer. 90 square inches. You needed to know the formula for that. History. Today, this American building is known as the Willis Tower. Identify the former name of Chicago's tallest skyscraper that shared its name with a very popular retail department store. Northwoods? Matthias?
Lowe's?
Not Lowe's, but that's close. Sears Tower. Sports. In which sport are the following terms used? Ham bone, sour apple, turkey, split, and strike. Stateside's question. Taylor?
Bowling.
Bowling, good. Science, final category. Let's look up, team. Science. Which tooth's job is primarily to tear food into smaller, more easily chewable pieces? Megan?
Incisors.
Incisors is right now. 7 questions goes to Northwoods. History. Identify the American patriot and soldier who led his Green Mountain Boys in a surprise attack on British forces at Fort Ticonderoga during the American Revolutionary War. Megan, it's their question first. Iceland?
George Washington.
Not George Washington. Would you like that question now, Megan? Anybody on your team? Joel?
Abraham Lincoln.
Well, that's a good try. All good people, but it's Ethan Allen. Math question. McDonald's restaurants may someday sell 1 trillion hamburgers. Which metric prefix should be used in front of the word hamburger to express this number in a metric manner? Megan?
Try.
It's a T word, tera, T-E-R-A, like terabyte, tera. Science. Which medical term refers to a condition in which the brain maintains the body temperature at a higher than normal level as a means of fighting off a disease? Stateside? Lucas?
A cold.
Not a cold, fever. Literature. This is literature. Identify the leader of the Greek army during the Trojan War whose brother was Menelaus and whose wife was Clytemnestra. He led the assault on the siege at Troy. Go ahead, Matthias.
Spartacus.
No, that's incorrect. Let's go up to Stateside. Agamemnon. Language arts. Every year, new policemen undergo training. What title beginning with the letter C are these future policemen given while they're training? Mark?
Cadets.
Cadet it is. Geography. This type of landform is described as a deep valley with steep sides. Identify this type of terrain whose sides are often rocky and difficult to traverse. Mark?
Cliff.
Not a cliff. It's not what we're looking for. Stateside? Lucas?
A canyon.
A canyon. Final category, trivia. When Susan Bennett of Atlanta, Georgia performed hours of voiceovers in July 2005, she did not even imagine that her voice would become one of the most popular in America. What is this hugely popular app name for this intelligent personal assistant? Matthias?
Siri.
Siri is right. That is the end of round one, and we'll be back in just a minute with our round two. See you then.
It's not always easy being a dad.
Do you have panda asthma too? Does that run in the family? This is the home of the most priceless kung fu artifacts.
But when you make an effort,
Dad, we're not supposed to touch anything. Oh, sorry. Go along, son.
it's always worth it.
Whoa, faster!
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I am gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov to learn more.
We've got quite a match going on, tie score. Each team has 6 points. You know, in this round, we do have a bonus, so we're anxious to get started. Let's meet our new participants, and we'll start the introductions with Northwoods.
Hi, I'm Mackie Mosey from Miss Watson's 5th grade class.
Hi, I'm Mackenzie Morrow from Miss Watson's 5th grade class.
And let's meet our new participant for Stateside as well.
Hi, I'm Nathan Lucas from Miss Mayberry's homeroom.
Welcome, new players. Ready to begin? Northwood's first question's yours in sports. In 2016, the Denver Broncos defeated the Carolina Panthers in the Super Bowl 50. Which quarterback led the Broncos to victory? Mackie?
Peyton Manning.
That is correct. Here's your bonus. In what indoor sport can a person roll bedpost or a gutter ball? A perfect score in this sport is 300. Go ahead.
Bowling.
Bowling, Island, that's right. Stateside language arts. Give the past perfect simple form of the verb make as it would be used in the sentence. Past perfect form of the verb make. Andrew, let me read the question first. Andrew ate all of the cupcakes his sister blank. Lucas?
Made.
Not made. Northwoods? Iceland?
Maked.
No, had made. Had made. It was the past perfect. Had made. Northwoods, science. Spell the term defined as the process by which liquid water changes into water vapor. Okay, Mackenzie, spelling word.
What? Evaporation? I have to spell it, right?
Right.
Oh.
You can't. Go ahead. Spell it.
EVAPORATION.
That is correct. Good. Here's your bonus, Northwoods. What type of animal feeds on dead animals and trash? Vultures are an example. Iceland?
Decomposers.
No, scavenger. Stateside math. Mike's car requires 1.5 gallons of windshield wiper fluid to fill the reservoir. How many cups is this? His car requires 1.5 gallons of windshield wiper fluid to fill the reservoir. How many cups is this? Lucas?
24 cups.
Not 24. Good try. Northwoods? Mackie?
16 and a half.
No. Good try as well. 12 cups. Northwoods history. By what 8-letter term was the movement to allow women in the United States to vote known? It resulted in the passage of the 19th Amendment. Stateside? And the word is suffrage. Literature, Stateside. Which character in J.R.R. Tolkien's The Hobbit did Bilbo invite to tea, only to be surprised by an entire party of guests? Lucas?
Gandalf.
That is correct. Say that loudly. Gandalf, that's right. Here's your bonus. In this book by Metzi Byers, the Blossoms are an unusual family with a rodeo-riding mom, jailbird grandfather, and a bandana-wearing dog. By what name is the book known? Have an answer, Taylor? It is the Not Just Anybody family. Sounds like it would be fun to read. Geography, Northwoods, the system that reduces real land and oceans to a size that will fit on paper is known as blank. Stateside? Lucas?
Scaling.
Scaling or scale. Stateside math. For the following problem, you do not need to use place value in your answer. Place the following decimal numbers in ascending order. You don't need to use place value in your answer. Place the following decimal numbers in ascending order. 0.24, 0.3, 0.15, 0.04. We want them in ascending order. Lucas?
0.04, 0.15, 0.24, 0.3.
Very good, young man. Bonus question. A scale model of a car is built on a ratio of 1 to 25. If the scale model size of the door is 18 centimeters, how long in meters is the size of the door on the car? A scale model is built at the ratio of 1 to 25. If the scale model of the door is 18 centimeters, how long in meters is the size of the door? Okay, Lucas, give your answer to Taylor.
1.8.
That's a good try, 4.5 meters. Northwoods, science. This type of seal, whose male species can top 4 tons in weight, is the largest of all seals. Give the common name of this creature. Mackenzie?
Elephant seal.
That is right. For your bonus, identify the device that can separate beams of light into individual colors. Have an answer, Aislinn? Okay, prism. You knew it, didn't you? You didn't. You knew it. I could see that. Stateside trivia. Individuals in which profession often also served as barbers in medieval times. They engaged in bloodletting with leeches, pulling teeth, and tending to wounds. Lucas?
Dentists.
Not dentist. Let's go to Northwoods. Island?
Doctors.
Doctors, physicians. And that is the end of our second round. We'll be right back with our third in just a minute, so stay tuned.
This is the moment I knew. His future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
Thank you for staying tuned as we begin the final round in this match. We have 6 points separating our scores right now, with Stateside 12 and Northwoods with 18. We know you get a bonus, and there's that old interrupt penalty in here. So we want to get started. No new participants, so we're ready to begin. And the first toss-up question is in fine arts. Which inventor and artist, famous for the paintings of Mona Lisa and the Last Supper, also created a prototype helicopter? Mackie?
Leonardo da Vinci.
That's it. For your bonus, name the composer who, alongside Bach and Beethoven, was one of the 3 B's of music. He composed a famous lullaby. Matthias?
Beethoven.
Not Beethoven. He's one of them, but we named him. It is Brahms. Brahms. Beethoven, Bach, Beethoven, and Brahms. Science, teams. Which term is used in the English language to name the movement of a group of people or animals from one region or country to another, especially for a benefit? Megan?
Migrating.
Migrating or migration. For your bonus, spell the term defined as a large cloud in space that is seen in the light of nearby stars. This is also the birthplace of a star. Lucas, you got an answer?
Asteroid.
That's incorrect, but that's a great try. The word is nebula, and it's Nebula. Sorry about that, Matthias. I can't give you this question yet because I haven't even read it. Okay? Teams math. Which number on the modified Mercalli scale indicates an earthquake causing complete destruction? As a Matthias?
5.
That's incorrect. Let me finish reading the question for you. Which number on the modified Mercalli scale indicates an earthquake causing complete destruction? As a Roman numeral, it is XII. Lucas?
12.
12. Here is your bonus. Express the Roman numeral. You might want to write this one down. Express the Roman numeral as a base 10 or decimal numeral, and I'm going to read it to you. M, C, M, X, X, I, V.
So decimal.
You have an answer?
2,124.
That is correct, I believe. It's not right on my paper, but I believe you're right, and I'm going to check on that, okay? And if we're not right at the end, we'll give you another question, okay? But I believe that's right. History. Identify the brothers who first created a flying glider, followed in 1903 by the first powered flying machine. Megan?
The Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers. Here's your bonus. The California Gold Rush, which caused thousands to swarm to states in hope of becoming wealthy, began with the discovery of gold there in what year? Got a year?
1948.
That's incorrect. Good try at the guessing. 1848. Let's move to literature. List one of the three items Opal plans to buy at the grocery store in the beginning of Kate D. Camilla's novel, Because of Winn-Dixie. Lucas?
Dog food.
That's a good choice. That's incorrect. Matthias?
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes. And she also was buying macaroni cheese and white rice. Good old American staples. Here's your bonus, Northwoods. What is the name of the older sister in Beverly Cleary's book series that features an attention-getting girl named Ramona? Mackie?
Beezus.
That is correct. Good. Geography teams. By what name is a large inlet of ocean or sea, partially surrounded by land, known? It is larger and deeper than a bay. Mark?
A lake.
Not a lake. Lucas?
A gulf.
A gulf. Here's your bonus. List all 5 states that border the Gulf of Mexico. Okay, you have a guess? Well, I heard you name some of them, but I'll help you out. The ones are Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Thank goodness I had it written on my paper. Northwoods, it's not Northwoods, sorry. Math. What is the most specific set of numbers that contains the following elements? 0, 1, 2, 3, ... What is the most specific set of numbers that contains the following elements? 0, 1, 2, 3, ... Megan?
Infinity?
No, not infinity. Set of numbers, Northwoods. Whole numbers. Science. Heat and pressure or squeezing within the earth create these rocks. Name this kind of rock, or which marble is one made of? Mackie?
Igneous rock.
No, igneous is a good answer though. Let's go to Stateside. Correct answer, metamorphic. And that is the end of round 3. Is this round 3? Yep, I thought it was. We'll be back in just a second with our closing announcements and our score. See you then.
I'm Anne. I'm a scientist.
Recycling takes a team.
Why don't you let me and me help you out?
Everyone plays a part. Don't trash
I love taking stuff apart and building new things out of it.
what could be treasure.
Pal's my most advanced android. This is awesome. You haven't seen anything yet.
Give your cardboard box another life. Recycle.
What a great match. This was either team's game right up to the very end. Scores separated by only 1 point. We ended with Stateside 25 points and Northwoods with 26 points. Big round of applause for both teams. Good job. Thank you so much for watching. You know, we always appreciate you tuning in to see this nice event. And next time, I hope that you'll join us. We will feature Dixon and Stateside, Bell Fork and Meadowview, and Meadowview and Richlands. So from all of us here at Onslow County Schools, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.